Stream begins. Yeah, I've been having a ton of network issues with Pokemon Go.
Hmm.
Having like, no, wait till after the commercial. And find all my stuff. So unprepared, so unprofessional. Let's also see if I can make a whole bunch of microphone racket.
Are you doing that? I'll start licking my microphone, see if it makes a difference.
Yeah, right. There we go. That's a little better. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Let's see if that works. Eh. Yeah, I've got Pokemon Go sitting beside me, just in case. Just
You never
in
know what's
case.
going to pop up, right?
That's true.
You did see the warning about, at least if you're using an iPhone, the account has a
Yeah,
has access to all your Google stuff.
they sent that out at work. Apparently, it doesn't affect Android. So yeah.
Yeah, which is weird because the company is a Google spinoff. So you think that if anybody would know how to do Google integration, right? These guys would.
It may just be an iOS thing.
Yeah, well, but it had more access rights than Gmail, or because I looked on my account, and it had more access rights than iOS did, than Gmail did, than like like Google Earth or any of the Google apps.
Yeah.
It's like the Google apps only accessed just what they needed,
Right.
and this was like straight up everything.
I was reading on the company's page, and I was blown away by the fact that, like, when the company or the group of people left Google to start the company, apparently, the intention was to actually, like, they were already in bed with Nintendo and Pokemon.
Yeah, yeah.
Like Ingress was like the short game, right, to get the tech
Hmm.
down. And then they were like, okay, now here's what we were actually planning this entire time. Ha ha ha.
Brilliant.
Which was just insane. It was right around the time that Nintendo like started changing management and stuff, you know? They made that announcement that they were going to start developing for mobile platforms and
That's good.
not just their hardware. And
Well,
I
that's a
mean,
big deal.
well, it's a totally big deal. That was 2015, right? It was just last year.
Yeah.
But imagine, I was talking about it today. It's like completely switching sports, right? It's like being a professional golfer, like Tiger Woods going, you know what? I'm gonna play baseball now,
Well, it's like Michael Jordan tried that.
right? Except that they literally walked out into the baseball field, and on the first pitch, we're like, I'm gonna hit it over there, and blam, just knocked it right
Yeah.
out of the park.
Pulled a Babe Ruth.
Yep, called the shot and hit it. Because it really is an
Yeah.
amazing game.
Yeah, good for them.
Nintendo.
Yeah, I hope to see more Nintendo products on iOS because the other day I was playing the original Sonic on my iPad, you know,
Yeah.
and it didn't quite hold up. It wasn't quite the same. I'm like, I was like, well, Sonic is nice and all, but I really wish this was Mario Brothers.
That I don't know if you'll ever see, but that'd be cool if you did.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
I dig it. I dig it.
Or if they just put enough memory in the game system so you can download the whole thing.
Right.
You know, give me 256 gigs of storage on a Game Boy.
This is like a art slash gaming stream tonight.
That's right. Well, these are all things that.
There it goes.
That's right.
There it goes. Let's see what happens. What are we talking about here? Is that a false alarm? Oh, see, I got a polywag somewhere in the backyard, but it's not coming forward. And it's like I'm not gonna waste incense on that.
Well, now I'm gonna have to open mine up. Oh wait, I just disconnected mine from my Google account. Let's see if I can still connect.
Why did you disconnect it?
Because I didn't want it to have access to my email and everything.
Oh, psh.
Because I use iOS.
I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh man, you might know they'd come out with a great game as soon as I switch. But so far, Android has been respectable. So.
Well, they've had several years to get it right.
Yeah.
And I mean, and the other nice thing is, most games now are developed in some sort of engine like Unity. So,
well,
it's.
That's what they use.
Oh, do they use Unity for this?
Yeah.
Goodness, man, is there anything Unity can't do?
That's why it looks like shit. What? What was that? I didn't hear that.
Is there? Yeah.
What?
I did not hear anything.
I didn't hear that. That's why it looks like shit. But hey.
Well, it looks good enough for the quality for what, for 6-year-olds.
36-year-olds.
Oh, there's 30 of them playing?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So one of the guys at work, he and his wife were out at like 3 a.m. Collecting Pokemon, and
nice.
They went to a cemetery because apparently cemeteries are just the place to go for Pokemon.
Right, because it's a large public landmark. That makes sense.
Yeah, and so they were walking around at the cemetery, and they walked back behind one of the gravestones, and they ran into this like small little fence, like the little black, like wrought iron fence. It's kind of like that sort of deal with like the wire around it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, in the middle, the way he described it was, they go around this little fence, right? It's like this little fence, and they keep walking, and there's just all this little grass, and it's like from the back of the cemetery, and then in the middle of this thing are these 3 crucifixes, like this, right? And it's actually a Pokestop on the map. So. When they click on it, he said the name of the Pokestop was the Demon Slayer.
Nice.
I was like, that's amazing.
Oh, that's too funny.
Awesome. It's funny, too, because I feel like every time I use incense, like if I'm sitting at home or at a restaurant or whatever, and I'm like, well, I'll be here, so I'm going to throw down some incense to attract the Pokemon.
Right.
I always start having network problems at that time.
Well, maybe that's what you're attracting is like the goblins in the network.
Yeah. The
The
cameraman.
rat-a-tat ate your cable.
The cameraman in my Mansheen.
That's right.
I actually fought at a gym today.
How'd you do?
Well, so it was a blue gym, and I'm blue team. I get there, and it's a level 3 gym, and they were a level 2 gym, and they were about to level. So I dueled the 500 or 600 level CP Flareon that was there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I pulled out my CP 280 water Pokemon. I had a Starry or a Starmie. Excuse me. And so I figured out how to dodge really easily. and so the Flareon just absolutely kept missing all of its hits. And then, of course, because I was a water type, I was super effective against him. So
Right, right.
I just kept spamming water cannon and just wore him down to nothing.
You were super effective.
It literally kept saying super effective, super effective. So I had my space in a gym for about 3.5 hours,
Wow.
and then somebody killed my knocked out my Eradicate that I left there,
Yeah.
and it just showed up back in my inventory.
Now, is it the longer you have it, the more bonus you get, or?
You get to collect from the gym every 22 hours.
Oh,
So I got one collection, obviously,
right.
and then it was still counting down pretty heavily. And they don't do it like if I was to go get another gym, like if I was to jump into a position at another gym, it would not reset my counter. That counter is like universal. It's like
Okay.
gym yes or gym no.
Yeah. Well, I guess that makes it easier because the last thing you want to do is get knocked out 19 hours in. Right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that makes sense.
I saw people were hanging up signs that were saying, Pokemon are for paying customers only. People like going into businesses to collect Pokemon.
Dude, we had to. They sent out an email at work, and we're like, okay, so clearly we have a Pokestop right outside, and that's fine, but stop putting lures on it because people are driving in and like staying.
Right. That's interesting.
So we had to stop. We had to take the lures off. And it was like, oh really? Come on.
How dare people be in your parking lot?
Well, we don't have any space. I mean, I
Yeah, I
understand
know.
it, but you know, when I came back from lunch, I had to like go through a drive-through of people just at the Pokestop without the lure.
You realize that like that company, all they have to do is have some sort of backroom deal with like McDonald's, and just increase the number of stops in a place like that,
Right?
but just a smidgen, so it's not noticeable. But you're talking about thousands and thousands of people who will add to coming into the doors.
Oh yeah.
I'm already here. Might as well get an ice cream cone.
Yeah, I saw somebody today tweet that they were asking Nintendo. They tweeted Nintendo and were like, "Please release rare Pokemon at election places."
Oh, that's a good idea.
In November, like, so people show up to vote.
Or maybe that's just the way the voting happens. You get red versus blue that way.
Team Blue, baby, all the way.
Every polling location is a gym.
Yeah,
People can battle.
yeah. The whole gym mechanic is pretty fun.
Yeah, I'll have to get high enough level to do that. I was lucky enough that there were two Ratatats at work today during my lunch period.
Are a lot of people playing?
Not at my place. I don't think so.
Dude, it beat Twitter for number of daily active users. They're playing.
I can believe it. Well, I mean, it was on the they're showing the news at work, and it was like on the the lunchtime news segment on like Bloomsburg or like investment news, because it made Nintendo stock went up by $8 billion.
Yeah. $1 bajillion.
That's crazy. Who would have thought AR would have been relevant again with VR stuff coming out?
Most people turn the AR off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because of the battery life.
Oh, yeah. I guess I'm just used to my iPhone needing charged, twice a day. When it's down to 20%, that means you got to plug it in the next 5 minutes. That's just how it works.
That's true. Well, the S7 is just as bad,
I'm sure it is.
if not worse.
They're getting lithium-ion batteries to be smarter and smarter, be better batteries, charge quicker.
If not worse.
Saw there's a German company that actually has better car batteries than Tesla does, because they have a patent on a laser welding technique that does less damage to the cells on the batteries.
Oh yeah.
So they don't need as many cells, and because of the contact is better, I guess, between the cells, they can charge the cells at a quicker rate without it heating up.
And Elon Musk has not bought them yet.
He's probably trying to land a few more rockets before he goes, do I have the money to do this? Because those rockets are expensive, I've heard. Or maybe that's just what'll give them. Hey, I want your technology. Here's a rocket.
Yeah. Here's the way this is going to happen. Let me tell you how this is going to happen.
Right. Yeah, I guess that's the other way of having the rocket. Well, next time we do a test in Europe, it'd be horrible if our rocket misaligned and accidentally landed on your shop. So here's some money, and we can make sure that rocket lands on the barge. That's a pretty good looking critter there.
It's a lip ferret.
Of course.
It's been on Bill's mustache for the past few weeks here. Whoa, easy there.
He does have a very mustachy tail.
I don't know. Whoa, did you see it? Notice that it connected all those strokes?
That's pretty good. Well, they were overlapping, weren't they?
A little bit, but that was pretty weird.
I do like how those actually look like marker strokes. You know?
Yeah, Manga Studio is really good about that. Oh, I was an idiot and put my cell phone close to the mic. Gotta check it. You got anything?
Gotta check them all, right?
Gotta catch them all. Gotta do this. No, just a Pidgey. I should get it, but you're getting a stay of execution, Pidgey.
It's like the one turkey who lucks out on Thanksgiving at the White House.
Yep, it's that one guy. Consider yourself lucky. Pigeon.
Wow. So, according to Forbes, Pokemon Go has 7.5 million downloads and 1.6 million daily revenue in the U.S. alone.
1.6 million a day?
Yes.
Well, Merry Christmas to those guys.
Yeah, right? Well, I mean, they'll need that to pay for their Silicon Valley houses.
They're actually in San Francisco, L.A., and Seattle.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. The next most expensive place to live.
Yeah, right. They're just racking them up. They're just collecting them all.
Sure that they don't need a Manhattan office while they're at it?
Yeah, right.
Did you see that the Moonlander code was uploaded to Git?
No way.
Yeah, it's been out for. I guess a guy years ago, an Air Force person, found had the binders that NASA had of the actual assembly code,
Yeah.
and he photographed it all, and somebody hand typed it in.
Nice.
At MIT, and it's been around for it's been available.
Yeah.
But finally, they actually uploaded it to a major repository, so people have been reviewing the code. So there's a lot of great comments in the code.
Oh, really?
Yeah. One of my favorite comments was this is just a temporary fix. I hope. And it's still in the code.
Well, that's how it works for reals.
I know. Sometimes that temporary fix that it's well, this is the only way I can think of doing it for right now. It sure is ugly. I'll get back to it. You never get back to it. If it works, it works.
Did they actually teach that in computer science schools?
No. That's something you learn. That's what you learn while you're doing the assignments. It's like everybody sort of figures out that's what happens. Because eventually Monday comes around and the assignment's got to be turned in.
Whoa. Easy there, Tex.
You saw a girl found a dead body already while she was playing Pokemon Go.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Right? You suddenly get people out in nature, they're going to find things.
Yep. I saw an article. I don't know if it was an Onion article or not. It probably should have been talking about people's legs hurting for the first time. Like they were asking, like, what's this pain in my leg?
I don't understand. My arm's a little sore too. Yeah, I saw a comic where somebody went through like the stages of all the Nintendo Pokemon games, right?
Yeah,
And how it was like first they came out with the cable so you could link with each other. It was like, oh, go out and go, meet your friends and play together.
right,
And
right.
then it was like, then you didn't even need the cable, but it had like the Bluetooth or whatever between the Game Boys. Hey, go meet your friends and play. And then it was like, you don't even need that. Just, you can just play with your friends. And now it's like, no, really. Just go outside and play. Oh, Pokemon. They've been caring about everybody for a long time.
Nintendo has always had our best interest at heart.
That's right.
I was always a Nintendo fanboy growing up.
Yeah, I mean, I probably would have if I hadn't started out in the Sega world.
Boo.
I know. Well, my dad was a graphics guy. And he was like, oh, it's got slightly better graphics processing than the Nintendo does. Which looking back in comparison, it was like, okay, so it can do a few more pixels? That's great.
Yes, but at the time.
Yeah, but at the time it didn't matter. See, that was the thing. It's like none of the games actually made it look that much different.
That's true.
And that was before you could find the same game on multiple platforms.
Right, right.
Yeah, they may have, there may be a Jurassic Park game for both platforms, but it's not the same game.
That's right. Oh, poor Tim.
The thing that disappointed me the most about playing Sonic on the iPad was it didn't have a real controller, so I couldn't put in the code to unlock the the glitch debug mode. That debug mode was pretty cool. You could turn Sonic into any of the assets, and then start pasting them down. So if you wanted more coins, just bloop, bloop, bloop.
I love how your problem with the iPad version is that the cheat is not viable.
And that is and doing just the finger on the iPads as opposed to having a joystick.
Yeah.
I mean, Sonic needs to be played with the joystick.
I concur.
Even Mario Brothers, I can't imagine playing that without a joystick.
Cletus, quit messing with my feet.
You need to catch them.
Stay away from the king's feet, Mort. Oh yeah, I did it. I quoted Madagascar.
That's right. Well, that's a good one.
See if we can spice this guy up a little bit. before he takes his classic Warner Brothers exit.
Occasionally, I see my cats doing the sort of the Warner Brothers style running between the tile and the carpet, and then my cardboard box housing that I have for them.
Oh yeah.
It's like their feet are moving, but their body's still for a little bit. And it's usually one chasing the other. So you hear this thump, because they always jump off of some high place, and they're almost 20 pounds, so you definitely you hear them land.
Ugh. Yuck. Come back to that later.
I almost hear the frog singing when I see this picture.
There you go. He's literally going to be singing it.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. I wonder how many people are going to miss that gag.
Not many.
That's true. The reader base for this is probably closer to our age.
Well, yeah, but that frog gag is just classic. I mean, everybody knows that.
That's true, and I've seen them redo it, in a modern style.
Yeah, everybody knows that song too. Everybody knows that.
I like how the hat and the cane come out of nowhere, too.
Cartoon
Right.
Pocket.
That's exactly right.
What good is having a Cartoon Pocket if you can't use it?
If you don't use it,
Yep. Skinny foot's gonna look weird. Might have to double ball it. It's a hard leg to kick up.
It is a pretty good high step there.
Not quite as self-explanatory as a frog leg.
All right.
Found out last night that, to the best of my knowledge and ability to find out, Wacom has stopped supporting the Cintiq that I'm currently drawing on.
Oh.
Like, there's no driver updates, there's no reference to it on their new website. They shut down, so previously their forums were hosted in Europe,
Mm.
and now they've shut down their forums.
Are they? Does anybody own them, or do they own them? Their own parent company.
They own themselves, as far as I know.
Because usually when you see things like that, it's like the whole line is being discontinued in favor of somebody else.
Yeah, that's definitely not the case. I mean, they've got bukus of new modern tech. It's just, I guess this is so old.
Yeah.
That they, but I mean, it clearly still functions, right? So,
Right.
like,
Well, I mean, they really only need to support Windows 8, right? Because the Windows 8 stuff will work for Windows 10 and probably the next Windows release as well.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I haven't hit any problems yet.
Oh, my cats are cleaning each other.
Gross. It's not right.
It's always funny when it starts out because, like, the two cats walk up to each other and their faces are just like an inch apart, and I'm like, is this going to be a fight, or are they going to give each other a bath?
It's either way.
That's right. And it'll probably end up being a fight eventually. Just makes me glad that humans have showers and bathtubs. Can you imagine if you just had to go up to your housemate and go, okay, it's time to wash?
Can I?
I can't reach my face, but you can. I'll get your face while you're getting mine. How's that sound?
What'd you do today? I don't know. Pooped in a box, scraped it around a little bit.
That's right. That's right.
Here, let me
Yeah.
get that for you.
I pretended I covered it up because the owner was watching, but I didn't.
Then I jumped up on this kitchen table.
That's right. I made sure I stepped on it just once, just for good measure, before I walked over the table.
Yep.
Oh, the dishes in the drying rack? Yeah, I rubbed up against those.
You saw that The Secret Life of Pets was doing like crazy good at the box office.
I never would have guessed that.
Really?
Well, I mean, I understand, like, the subject matter has some appeal, but just the way it was presented, I'm just like, it felt like a Chinese knockoff, you know?
When I saw the preview with the head banging poodle,
Yeah, that one was pretty good.
I was like, oh, this is gonna just print money.
Yeah, and it was another one where they got some big names in it, too, to voice act.
I don't even think that had anything to do with it. I think it was more the fact of like, you know what's funny on the internet? Pets.
Right. That's true. The only thing that big names actually help with now is getting the trailers in front of talk shows,
Yeah,
you know. And I think that's the only reason is that really worth the $10 million or whatever they're paying, a voice actor to come in and, do an hour and a half worth of work.
right.
Well, I guess if they do all the talk shows and everything, they're doing several days worth of work, but still.
Wah. Oh no, I've got to go on Ellen today. Oh.
Yeah, no. Well, better wear my dancing shoes.
Wah.
Maybe I'll get to meet Sophia, so that'll be great. Well, it's Sophia Grace, right?
I have no idea who that is.
I think that was a little girl that Ellen, like, I don't know, Ellen, like, latches onto these kids, and then, like, just for 3 or 4 years, that kid is, like, her go-to whenever she needs, like, a filler.
Oh.
Hey, this kid was cute, and everybody loved him. I'll keep going back to him over and over and over again.
Yeah, that's right. I was thinking about that hand. It's an awkward angle.
Well, you got a hat to hide most of it.
Yeah, that's what I was like trying to figure out. Is what would hide and what wouldn't hide. Get you, do that. Blam. Oh, easy there, Tex.
Oh, there's the fight. They both got clean, rolled on the floor for a little bit, and then one of them got too close to the other one.
Rolled on the floor to stay clean.
That's right.
Like you do.
I want to pretend that DePet's carpet is like the best feeling thing in the world.
I'm sure it is.
Because I always watch my cats, like, they'll be sitting, like, in this nice, comfortable couch, and they'll wake up. The first thing they do is jump on the floor, walk a few steps, and then just plop down and roll.
Yeah, that is clearly just trying to entice you into a trap.
That's true. That's true. Hey, why don't you come over and touch my belly so I can claw you?
Yeah, look at this soft belly right here. Look at this.
I need an excuse to claw you. I want to make you bleed. Come here. You think my cats would learn by now that if they expose their belly to me, I'm going to rub it.
Oh, we almost forgot Mr. Tail back here. How could I? I can't forget you, Mr. Tail. can't quit you, Tail. Make sure.
I like that expression on his face there.
I need to fill in and do the mask on these guys. Yeah.
You almost need to make the squints negative space then.
Got to give him the Robin treatment.
Yeah.
Do that.
They did that in the original Batman movie, didn't they? Or show. Had the eyebrows like as part of the mask.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Dude, I love that show growing up.
Yeah. It was all purple. It's like shades of purple for everything.
Yeah.
For Batman. I'm sort of glad Batman went to a black outfit. A little bit more menacing that way.
Dude, I love that. I used to love that show so much. It was funny. I went to elementary school with a great nephew of Burgess Meredith,
Mm.
and then went to when I worked at Disney. I worked with the son of the Riddler.
Oh, nice. I guess I could see where children of entertainers would somehow stay in the entertainment industry.
Yeah. Well, it was just that he was a big draw for clients to use us for their post processing and stuff
Mm-hmm.
because of that fact. They thought that it was cool.
Yeah, well, that helps, and it's also, I think, the parents have a little bit easier lifestyle because they have a little bit more money. So the kids are able to, they don't have to worry about, do I have to work on the farm or should I get a factory job? They're able to think about pursuing, an artistic endeavor, like their parents did.
Yeah.
And their parents have connections too. Hey, Johnny says he wants to be a film editor.
Yeah, I worked with a guy who went to film school with Michael Eisner's kid.
I bet that was fun.
And the kid had Cinesite do the visual effects for his senior film.
Okay. That's hardly fair.
Well, it was like I guess he got an A, right?
Right, I'd hope so, right?
It's like, yeah.
Oh yeah, and our sound was done at Lucas Ranch. It's
Yeah,
okay.
right, it was that kind of thing.
So what part of this did you do? Oh, well, that little clapper thingy that you do at the beginning? I told the person when to open and close it.
Here I am, listen. Marker. That's it. That's me. That's my film.
No, I imagine, I imagine kids who are, I mean, they're gonna go one of two directions. Either they're gonna be spoiled brats, or they're gonna feel that pressure of living in their parents' shadow and trying to be great on their own.
Yeah.
So it's not something I'd wish for.
Like I said, the guy I knew, clients would come in and be like, "Yeah, we'll look at coming here and everything," and then he'd be like, "My dad's the Riddler." What?
How do you bring that up? You just have like a picture on the wall
Yeah.
to my
pretty much.
son.
Yeah, he would pretty much have. Yeah, he had like family photos around and stuff on the wall, and then like promotional posters from the TV show and stuff like that. And people would
That's
be
cool.
like, "Oh, you're a fan? Oh, well, that's my dad." What? We must hire him now.
Did the Riddler have a car?
I don't think so.
Let's say if he did, that's what you just sort of leave that parked in the parking lot. The Riddler mobile.
I don't think he could have gotten that anyway.
No, but he could have made a replica because I doubt it would have been anything. It's not like all the effort they put into the Batmobile. It'd just be like a van that's painted, green with question marks on the side.
Yeah, I'm not sure it would have worked in the parking garage in Florida.
That's true. It would have lost its rims.
All right. I think we made a comic strip.
All right. Again?
Yay. Look at that. He is out of there. All right, everybody. If you hung around, thanks for watching. And look for the video on YouTube and here, and we will be shutting down now.